Cristiano Ronaldo has hinted at a looming departure from Saudi Pro League side Al Nassr. The Portuguese star posted a cryptic message on social media shortly after Al Nassr's season finale that said, quote, "This chapter is over. The story still being written. Thanks to all." Ronaldo's contract with Al Nassr expires in June, and while Ronaldo has reportedly reached a verbal agreement on an extension, Al Nassr, missing out on next season's Asian Champions League, could have Ronaldo ready to reconsider. He joined Al Nassr from Manchester United in 2022 and has failed to deliver a trophy during his 3 seasons at the club. Now, Nico, there have been rumblings about Ronaldo potentially joining one of the teams in the Club World Cup this season. Where do you think he should go?
I'm looking at the list right now. Which one?
Which one? Maybe he should keep the Al Nassr colors, but in a different continent.
Go on.
And I'm thinking...
Go on.
Atletico.
Go on.
Yeah, Junior! I don't know how Boca would get it done. It would be epic. Obviously, this is all starting to create a lot of noise because Infantino had strongly hinted that there were Club World Cup teams going after him. I was looking at the European teams. Who wants to take on?
No,
there's a certain
no
burden, right? If it's not a European team, it'll be crazy wherever he ends up. Like I'm thinking like a Wydad Casablanca. Imagine Ronaldo playing in CAF Champions League, like away days in Ivory Coast, in South Africa, in Congo, and those fans. Like if you're talking devoted fans, like it's not like something that's a little bit like Al Nassr, that's a league that has a lot of money in it, but the people aren't in it as much. Like Wydad Casablanca, I witnessed it firsthand. Those people are hella in it. And other teams in Argentina, Brazil, Monterrey.
Can they afford his wages? Can they afford all that?
Maybe Mexico. I don't think Argentina could afford his wages.
I mean, if we're being realistic, there's 2 Portuguese teams, Benfica and Porto.
Is he going to go there?
No, he played for Sporting.
We're thinking Portuguese. Well, it's Portuguese-speaking team.
Yeah,
what about Brazil? Right? Brazil's doing this renaissance of getting players from Europe, mostly Brazilian, but also some foreigners. Memphis Depay's having success with Corinthians. I'd love to see Cristiano Ronaldo at maybe a Flamengo or Palmeiras, right?
Yeah. I just, it would seem so foreign to me for Cristiano Ronaldo, someone of his status, to go and like playing away games at like not the big clubs in Brazil. How Brazil would be able to handle that?
All right, so this is going to melt the internet. He's going to join Inter Miami and Messi, and it's just...
That would be crazy.
Heads would explode. But when you look at viable options that could potentially afford him, they have to be on the list. Obviously, I don't see it happening. It would be pretty intense.
I mean, he's 40, right? He's 39.
He's 40,
He's 40 years old.
Yeah.
It seems like a quick get him and see what he can give you in like a short burst. I would love to see.
You have to rework your whole team though. If you bring somebody like him on,
but
you're changing your identity to help you get to the FIFA Club.
Those are more European teams. Like at a Latin American team, I mean, he gives you a certain goal scoring quota. Ronaldo in the Libertadores, you need him to like. For example, Riquelme, when he came back to Boca in the 2007 Copa Libertadores, he went knockout stage forward. He didn't play the whole year, and he killed it. Obviously, Ronaldo's at a different point in his career, but the prowess that he still has at a tournament, the level of the Libertadores, it would be crazy to see him play in
No, it would be. And it would be fun to do it. Yeah. I'm just saying that if you bring him into the team, most of these smaller clubs that we're saying are realistic options, they're going to have to fight to take on the European teams, right? And he's not counter-pressing, he's not backtracking to do the extra work. You need that from all 11 players for them to have a deep run in this tournament.
So there's a team that I want to put out there. We talk about the Club World Cup. We talk about a team that already has a high-profile player that came from Europe. Rayados, Monterrey, a club that needs a goal scorer, a club that needs something positive to talk about, a club that needs something other than Sergio Ramos, two-footing players getting reunited. I'm about that life.
I feel like there's not that many places that they can afford to take on Cristiano. And it's like Rayados of Monterrey, Inter Miami, maybe a Brazilian club. But like, you're talking about all this like counter-pressing stuff. Like, if you told me today you get Cavani or Ronaldo on Boca, Cavani plays for Boca. I take Ronaldo over Cavani. Cavani, he can give you counter-pressing for like...
Okay, that's fair.
Like, have you seen Boca counter-press?
It's more marketing at this point.
It's for sure.
Last year I saw them.
Boca is, and I think this is a lot of the standard of I think we're thinking way too highly, or at least you are thinking way too highly of the Latin American clubs. Like, they don't. I'm not watching Brazilian football week in, week out to be like, all right, Flamengo is
going
much
into this
better
tournament,
than
knowing who
Palmeiras is
they know
good.
who their opponents are. So going into that, they have to prepare accordingly. And just to sit back and play, smoke cigarettes, and sip some cappuccino, that's not going to happen. They have to go and play and press. And he's not going to be a net add.
Okay, so what's the answer to this question? He's going to enter Miami?
Well, if Infantino is saying that he's going to come to the Club World Cup, then yeah, there's only a few options.
Could you imagine?
We know that Cristiano Ronaldo is brand focused as well as football focused.
Yeah.
Right? And so I like the prospect of him leaving Europe to come to a club in North America. I'm jumping on the Rayados train. I'm jumping on it.
You can only have so many luxury players in your team. Real Madrid proved that with Mbappe and Vinicius. You can only have so many guys walking around.
In an age where Lionel Messi has dominated this hemisphere of the market, now you have a conversation where he would potentially leapfrog that with a good Club World Cup, with a Rayados team that's in desperate need of someone to come in and save the day. I mean, it's everything he lives for. And Ronaldo fans, please don't come at me. I'm sick and tired of you guys in my DMs. But I think this is a match made.
Now they're going to come
Listen, I have Sebastian Giovinco on my upcoming TST team.
I was just going to say.
And if Cristiano wants to come, we can maybe find room for him. But he's got to do work on both sides of the ball.
I have a question. Ronaldo goes to your TST team, you are automatic champions. You think you would win TST without like a shadow of a doubt if he's on your team?
No, I don't think we would.
Are you?
I'm so glad you said that. I'm so glad you said that.
TST is a whole different type of game. Now, listen, I'm the coach of Quick Goal FC, so I'd like
Jimmy
to back
Conrad
myself.
just said that TST is a whole other kind of competition. I don't think Ronaldo would be. Really?
I think he would help.
So Ronaldo-Giovinco combination.
Now, that would be sick. It would be nice.
Okay, hold up. So I understand TST. If you had Lamine Yamal on your TST team,
he would be more influential and impactful than Cristiano.
Ronaldo.
Yeah.
You're
There's
more
not
of
a lot of space. He needs some room to. Not say he's amazing at getting shots off and creating opportunities.
I'll say this.
Tough stuff. Sorry,
it's not
Ronaldo.
tough stuff.
I'll take a fit Mike Grella over Cristiano Ronaldo at TSC.
Ooh,
Mike Grella wishes he was
I'll
as
take a
fit as
fit Mike Grella
Ronaldo.
last year. Did you not see Grelladino last year?
I saw, yes, and he surprised me with his athleticism, his remaining athleticism. I love you, Grella, but this guy takes care of himself better than any other player.
His data, it was his Garmin or the Whoop or whatever.
Yeah.
His fitness age is like
Unreal.
28 or something like that.
Jeez.
Mine's 27.5. Thank you very much. Wow. But his is 28. You know, that's pretty impressive.
What a flex.